This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. It's Friday, August 28th. A release sent out by the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine says that they may have the first verified case of reinfection of COVID-19. A 25-year-old man tested positive for COVID-19 twice over the course of 2 months, with the second infection being more severe than the first. This would be the first if verified in the United States. UNR says that the man first contracted the virus in mid-April and fully recovered. Then he got sick again in late May. Dr. Mark Pandori, the director of the Nevada State Public Health Laboratory, says it is just one finding, but it shows that a person can possibly become infected with SARS-CoV-2 a second time. Nevada scientists say genetic sequencing revealed the strain for the second infection was slightly different than the first. This has scientists worried about whether a vaccine would be effective and what that implies for herd immunity. In Hong Kong, Belgium, and the Netherlands, scientists say that they have reported cases of reinfection. Well, the search for a paraglider missing for nearly a week continues, but the primary search area has shifted from Nye County to Eureka County.
James Kiwi Johnston took off from Shoshone Mountain on August 22nd with plans to land in Wendover. He never made it, and after 24 hours with no contact from Johnston, 2 fellow pilots called to report him missing. The Nye County Sheriff's Office took the lead in the search efforts, but after 5 days, they found no signs of the missing man. Now the search is shifting into Eureka County, so the Eureka County Sheriff's Office is now organizing and conducting the search for Johnston. The Nye County Sheriff's Office says it will continue to assist in the search as necessary. Johnston's last known coordinates put him near 9 Mile Peak. The area has an altitude between 9 and 10,000 feet of mostly rugged forest terrain. In addition to the Sheriff's Office, search and rescue members have also been involved in the search, and aircraft have also been deployed to help search for Johnston. So far, search crews have not located any signs of Johnston or his glider.
And work is now underway on 2 major road improvement projects in Amargosa Valley.
The Nye County Department of Public Works says crews have begun a $1.3 million paving project on East Anvil Road and South Powerline Road. The East Anvil Road work consists of pulverizing 28 feet wide, grading, compacting, and paving nearly 4 miles of East Anvil Road from west of Nevada 373 to South Powerline Road. New pavement will be built to a width of 26 feet, and the intersections at North Pueblo Road, North Calico Street, and North School Lane will be repaved at their existing width. The South Powerline Road portion of the work consists of pulverizing 28 feet wide, grading, compacting, and paving from just north of East Anvil Road to a point nearly a mile and a half south on South Powerline Road. Again, that new pavement will be 26 feet wide. The paving contract for the project was awarded to Pahrump-based Wolfenstein Construction in June by the Board of County Commissioners. Development funds from the Sunshine Solar Project and SRS funds are paying for the project. Work should be complete by mid-September.
More news, including your financial report, right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, the government reports GDP fell nearly 32% in the spring quarter. Dollar stores see a surge in earnings, and the FDA greenlights Abbott Labs' 15-minute COVID test. Angela Miles reports.
Topping our news, Hurricane Laura took a deadly turn while wiping out sections of Louisiana. Oil and gas prices fell in the aftermath of that Category 4 storm. Crude oil producers shut down 84% of production in the Gulf and are now restarting operations. The economy took a serious hit during the pandemic. The government reports GDP decreased by 31.7% in the spring quarter. Also, more than 1 million Americans recently applied for unemployment checks, and pending home sales surged 5.9% in July when compared to June. Stores selling items for $1 are reporting strong earnings. Dollar General earnings jumped 40%. At Dollar Tree, earnings grew by 23.6%. And investors have their eyes on Abbott Labs. The drug company received emergency authorization from the federal government to use its COVID-19 test that provides results in 15 minutes. That test costs $5.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, this week, government officials came together to share their vision for preserving one of Nevada's greatest natural resources, Lake Tahoe. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto hosted the first ever virtual and 24th annual Tahoe Summit.
The theme of this year's summit is Resilient Tahoe, recognizing that resiliency comes in many forms. The resiliency of our environment to combat the impacts of climate change, the resiliency of our economy in adapting to new circumstances, and most importantly, the resiliency of our people who can adapt to whatever challenges come our way. Resiliency is key to sustainability, and over the decades, Lake Tahoe has shown its resiliency time and time again.
As some of you know, I have very fond memories of visiting Lake Tahoe as a kid, as I know many of us do. And so the reason for our work and dedication to the Lake Tahoe Basin is really quite simple: to ensure future generations that they can also enjoy this most beautiful part of our country. At its core, the Lake Tahoe Basin today serves as an example to the nation of how communities can work together to address the environmental challenges we face in this moment in time. Through your decades of tireless work, we've been able to improve the lake's clarity, revitalize the local economy, and make the region a major source of environmental research.
An untended forest is no different than an untended garden. It will grow and grow until it chokes itself to death and then fall victim to disease, pestilence, drought, and ultimately catastrophic fire. I'm very encouraged to see the Lake Tahoe West project implemented, which will treat 60,000 acres, more than any time before, including nearly 20,000 acres of mechanical thinning under this new authority. The forest thinning will reduce the wildfire risk and improve forest health, making the forest more resilient to insects and disease and drought.
It's not news that even a century and a half ago, Lake Tahoe was acknowledged as a uniquely special place. We are blessed to have the responsibility and opportunity to continue the work to leave our resource better than we found it. We can never say mission accomplished, but the mission endures.
Nevada remains committed to protecting and enhancing Lake Tahoe and working hand in hand with our federal, state, local, and private partners to achieve our mutual goals throughout the basin. The secret to success in Lake Tahoe is collaboration.
It goes without saying the backdrop of climate change exacerbates all of the challenges that we have to face, but it also goes without saying the spirit that unites us here every year in the summit, this spirit of a bi-state, bipartisan approach to solving problems. That collaborative spirit is the antidote to any fear or anxiety you may have about our inability to deliver on our promises. We have agency. We can protect this basin and this lake for generations to come. It's decisions, not conditions, that will determine that fate and our collective future.
We all know how important a place like Lake Tahoe is, now more than ever. While the world changes, our commitment to Tahoe remains stronger than ever. Join us in keeping Tahoe blue. Together, we make Tahoe resilient.
Well, if you're planning a Labor Day cookout, here's something to think about. There's been a lot of talk about whether eating meat is harmful, and yet another study adds to the notion that too much meat could be bad for your heart and your overall health. Cleveland Clinic's Kate Patton says it shows eating both red and white meat may come with risk.
A higher intake of processed red meat, unprocessed red meat, or poultry, but not fish, was associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease.
The study looks at nearly 30,000 U.S. adults and finds that all types of meat, except fish, may contribute to heart disease. All processed meats, along with unprocessed red meats, were linked to an increased risk of death. Patton says avoiding processed meats whenever possible is always a good idea. This includes bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. And when it comes to chicken, she says it's best to stick with grilled varieties. Fried and breaded chicken contain extra carbs and fat that we don't need. Patton also says it's a good idea to keep red meat intake to a minimum and instead focus on getting more fish in your diet.
Try and limit red meat to only lean cuts, so very lean cuts. And I try to encourage people to maybe only do that once, maybe twice a week. And then poultry, again, kind of in moderation would be okay, but really try to work on, getting in the fish as often as you can, but ideally 2 to 3 times a week.
The study finds that fish is always a good option and was not linked to heart disease or death. Complete results of the study can be found in JAMA Internal Medicine.
All right, more news on the other side of this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, this Sunday, the Video Music Awards are back. Here's John Kohler with the details.
Hi, it's John Kohler with your Entertainment This Weekend report. MTV says this weekend's big award show is going to pay tribute to frontline medical workers. There are lots of performers getting ready for the MTV Video Music Awards. It's airing this Sunday, beginning at 5 p.m. Pacific time on MTV. Now, this year's ceremony is going to have some new categories in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, like Best Music Video from Home and Best Quarantine Performance. The VMAs will be broadcast live instead of virtually. This is the first show since the lockdown began that this is occurring. The performances are shot at various locations around New York City and airing live. And as usual, there'll be a pre-show hosted by MTV's Ness Diab and Jamila Mustafa. I expect to see performances from the likes of Louis Capaldi, Chloe Exhale, Jack Harlow, Tate McRae, and Machine Gun Kelly, featuring Travis Barker and Black Bear. The show is hosted by Keke Palmer. The Korean boy band BTS is going to be performing at the first VMAs, and it's the TV debut of their English language single Dynamite. Miley Cyrus will debut a performance of her new single Midnight Sky, as well as Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande's rendition of Rain on Me. Also performing is Black Eyed Peas, The Weeknd, and Doja Cat, and many more. This year, the show is honoring everyday heroes, frontline medical workers, and will celebrate the best performances from the frontline medical workers who kept our spirits up during the pandemic. In other good news, Regal Theaters has reopened their theaters and is looking forward to this weekend's showing of the New Mutants movie. Reopening plans include a wide range of new health and safety measures that adhere to the latest CDC and public health guidelines, including innovative sanitation procedures, new social distance protocols, and mandatory mask policy for Regal employees and guests. Also showing this weekend is Unhinged, Greenland, the personal history of David Copperfield, and Broken Hearts, along with the strong slate of highly anticipated movies scheduled to release throughout the remainder of 2020, including Wonder Woman 1984, Black Widow, No Time to Die, Soul, and many more. In celebration of welcoming moviegoers back, Regal is also offering movie fans a wide selection of classic titles at a discounted price of $5 for adults. It's good news. This is your entertainment report for the weekend. I'm John Kohler reporting for News 25.
Wow, the movies are back. I can't wait to go see what that looks like and how they're running that. Well, the Prompt Neighborhood Cleanup is happening Saturday morning, beginning at 8 a.m. We need as many people as possible to join in and come help clean up the town. What we are going to be doing is meeting at 7:30 in the morning at the Bob Reed Community Center, right near that blue pop-up canopy, and we're going to start cleaning up at 8 a.m. We are going to be having gloves and water, trash bags. We have a little bit of pizza afterwards for everybody, but come on down, especially if you have a truck or a trailer, because we're going to pick up some shopping carts as well and return them to their owners. But so we are going to be social distancing, of course, and wearing masks. If you are cleaning up and the mask is an issue, we, of course, would like everybody to social distance as much as they can, and as well stay within your group. Usually families will be picking up things together and stuff like that. So bring the kids, come on down. We're going to be down there once again at 8 a.m. in the morning, and we are going to be cleaning up a few areas around town. All right, well, it's Friday, and that's time to meet another great pet available for adoption. In today's Save a Pet, Darby O'Donnell joins us from Desert Haven Animal Society, where she introduces us to Sheba.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Sheba. Sheba is a long-haired domestic gray and white kitty. She has beautiful green eyes. She's about 4 years old, and she's just a little love bug, okay? She is purring, she's making mush, she's super sweet, she's not really fussy or anything. She's just looking for her forever home. So if you want to come and see Sheba or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, Sheba's got a phone call. She had to answer that call real quick. Good job. If you want to come and see Sheba or any of our friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, please call them ahead of time to make an appointment, 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Just a reminder, they do have specials for seniors and also active and retired military with free adoption fees. Bye, Sheba. She's all cuddly. I like her. Thank you.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from outside the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. I'm wearing a suit. It's 100 degrees. It's a good day for me. Can't wait to get back inside and tell you how the weather's going to be for your weekend. Why don't you stick around? Come on back.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Weather Studios with all your enjoyable highlights for the weather information this evening. Let's take a look at Fernley. 92 degrees was your high today in Fernley. It's going to be about 60 tonight. That'll feel nice. Fallon, 95 degrees, 57 for a low tonight. Carson City looking at 90 degrees for a high today, 56 this evening as you overlook those beautiful stars. Tonopah, you're at 89 degrees for a high today, and 55 is going to be your low tonight as we head south to Goldfield. 91 and 56 was your low. Beatty, you're at 98 degrees today with a 66 degree evening temperature, and that'll feel real good. Down around Amargosa, 104 is your high today, 70 degrees for your low, and then Las Vegas, 106 is where you topped out today, and 81 degrees for your low. Out in Death Valley, still deathly hot, 113 degrees. That's all right. That's actually feeling down about 10 degrees from yesterday, and 84 for a high tonight. Let's take a look at some of the local temperatures, shall we? Enjoy a big glass of delicious cold Dairy Council of Nevada milk and enjoy the 100 degrees temperature that we are enjoying currently with a high today. Well, it's just down a little bit. 101 was where we peaked out today. Winds out of the south-southwest, 13 miles an hour. You are going to feel a little more wind these next couple of days as we head into the weekend. Humidity will stay about 9%. Let's see. Yeah, Johnny's dew index says 9%. And I think it's getting a little bit muggier as the evening progresses. Sunrise this morning at 6:13. I saw a raptor up above my yard looking at my little dogs and going, delicious. 100 degrees, as I say, current temperature. It'll cool off to about 75 tonight, and that'll feel good. Winds out of the east, southeast at 8 miles an hour. And again, getting a little bit muggier as the humidity increases to 15% towards humidity, and sunset at 7:16 this evening. Why don't we take a look at all the extended weather forecast? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, heading into the weekend. Looks like 100 degree weather as we progress and go into the week. Not a lot of surprises here. Sunshine, clear skies. It's beautiful Nevada weather. Lows in the 70s, low 70s, mid 70s as we head on towards the week, and just drift up a little bit. That's your weather report from the KPVM Weather Studios. I'm John Kohler.
Thanks, John, so much. We get a little bit of a reprieve, it looks like, and I'm kind of excited about those overnights because that's going to be kind of refreshing. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. We want to say a very special happy birthday to our own Vern Van Winkle, who turned 60 today. Happy birthday to Vern, of course, and invite everybody to the neighborhood cleanup, which is happening tomorrow, beginning at 8 a.m. You have to meet us at the Bob Roode Community Center on the corner of Basin and Highway 160. We'll be cleaning up some trash. That'd be so good. We'll make our town shine. All right, we'll see you back here on Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.